Buy the coffee, use my code to check out. While you stare in absolute confusion about the title of the video, allow me to tell you a story to, brighten your mood just a little bit. Back in the day, when I was 18, I was tasked with babysitting a child, and I didn't know what I was doing. I was 18 years old at the time, so you could understand my confusion because I got to deal with other things, but the promise of $30 for making sure the child stays alive was very alluring to me. And the child was asleep when he was delivered to me. And I just laid him there, and I was just sitting in another room watching cartoons, peering into the room to make sure that the child didn't fall off the bed. But then all of a sudden, I had a thought. What if this child urinates or boo-boos in my bed? I have never changed a diaper a day in my life. I'm frantically calling all of these people who I know have experience in this, and none of them are answering because they're drunk at a bar while I'm watching their children. Greatness was happening at the moment, and I'm panicking, but the child wakes up and, never urinated, never even went to the bathroom once. We just sat, we watched movies, and then the parents came, got the child, and they went on their merry way. Never drink and drive, nobody drunk and drove during this occasion. Always have a designated driver. And if I could tell you another story, this is a little bit of a quick one. I remember a baby, somewhat about 9 months old, being placed in my hands for the first time. And it wasn't my child, by the way. Leon wraps it before he taps it, and he likes his semen where he could see it. And the child, is all cute and whatnot. It's laughing, it's giggling, it's bubbling, and then it pees on my arm. And I remember exactly what I said when that happened. Take this humongous child away from me and never bring it towards me again, because I felt violated, and my revenge will be amazing. But enough about being lighthearted, because Bloomington woman was drugging a 12-year-old she was babysitting and coerced them into engaging in acts. A Bloomington woman is facing multiple felony charges after being accused of giving a 12-year-old she was babysitting prescription pills them and forcing them to engage in acts with men. Naomi Florin, worst name ever, who's 21, was arrested on July 18th and preliminarily charged with the following offenses: 3 counts of child a level 1 felony, 2 counts of vicarious sexual gratification with a victim under the age of 14, a level 4 felony, sexual battery with a deadly weapon, level 4 felony, 2 counts of neglect of a dependent, level 6 felony, promotion of child trafficking, level 3 felony, contributing to the delinquency of a minor, a misdemeanor. According to court documents, Florin was tasked with babysitting the victim and 4 other siblings from July 3rd until July 9th. The abuse allegedly began when a 17-year-old male was invited into the apartment located on the 3100 block of South Walnut Street Pike while Florin was babysitting the siblings. The victim reportedly told investigators that Florin told the 17-year-old that the victim was 15 years of age and not 12. At one point during this interaction, the 17-year-old allegedly made sexual advances on the victim after moving to a bedroom inside the apartment. Florin allegedly snapped several pictures of the victim and the male before they were later deleted. Florin and the male are then alleged to have participated in sexual intercourse in front of the victim. The following day, Florin allegedly gave the victim a pill and THC vape to ingest. The victim was then brought to a different apartment where she met a 54-year-old man known as the Rat Guy. In this instance, court documents show that Florin told the man that the victim was 18 years old, while in the 54-year-old's apartment. Florin performed sexual acts on the victim while the man watched. Court documents said the man proceeded to victim and captured photos depicting the incident. According to court documents, afterwards the victim told investigators they were given $20. The next day, Florin allegedly brought the victim to another apartment where the victim was given an unknown orange pill, more marijuana, and alcohol until the victim felt very impaired. The victim said their memory of the alleged assaults was not clear, but recalled being forced to have sex with 2 men inside the apartment and feeling like they were going to throw up and pass out. After officers with the Bloomington Police police department deployed probable cause. They executed a search warrant in Floren's apartment where they located multiple prescription pills, bottles containing blue and white capsule pills. Detectives also found Floren's phone, which featured sexually explicit photos and videos of Floren and the victim. Floren initially denied that anything sexual occurred when providing statements to investigators, but later admitted that she did bring the victim to the 54-year-old's apartment where they watched cartoons. Court documents show Floren later disclosed that she and the victim sat on the couch where they allegedly kissed and cuddled and then later took a shower together. I don't know how to break this to anyone who's very sensitive to vulgar language coming from somebody that they watch on the internet. But for this specific case, I believe little Miss Floren, the 21-year-old, who is of their right mind to at some point know that pimping out a 12-year-old possibly isn't the right thing to do. Matter of fact, I'm going to be a little bit controversial and say that is never the right fucking thing to do. I would like for Miss Floren to surgically have the tubes removed and then wrapped around her neck up until she feels even the slightest inch of death upon her body, and in which case you stop the torture, let it happen again, stop, let it happen again, stop, let it happen again, then lock her up under the jail, don't give her any food, let the worms and the bugs eat her from the inside out, and then after you find out that she is no longer of this earth, dig her back the fuck up, crack the skull, kick the skull, piss on the skull, and then put it back down so that the bugs can figure out what piss tastes like. You are disgusting, you are depraved, you are manic, you are vile, you are disturbing, and I wish you misery, I wish you suffering, and I hope when you are no longer on this earth, the devil doesn't even give you a warm embrace. He just kicks you in your vagina and watches you bleed out and burn and burn and burn. Subscribe to the channel. I will see you in the next one. Hold your little ones tight because it's getting trickier and trickier to put them in the care of other people that aren't you. Goodbye.